My dear students, after few days again I am coming to online for an important chapter number 11, chapter number 18 for class 11, the body fluids and circulation. About this chapter I will try to explain all the things, and probably after seeing this video you will be clear about this chapter, because so many things are there. All the things I have tried to make it gist in 15 to 20 minutes or 25 minutes video. You will see everything and you can try to sum up all the things. You try to see the things and try to note down the things. Now I am giving a quick recap. So the quick preview, you please see what are the things today I am going to explain you. Blood grouping, then RH groups, then Erythroblastosis foetalis, which is very important, how it occurs, types of blood vessels. These are the different types of blood vessels, ECG. Then double circulation. About double circulation I will try to explain in the blackboard also. I will take the help of blackboard, it will helpful for you. Then the lymphatic system. So up to this today I will try to explain. So now let us start the body fluids and circulation. So circulation is the actually transport of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide and excretory product to the concerned tissue or organs. For circulation in higher animals, mainly blood and lymph is responsible. For circulation in simple organisms like sponges, coelenterate, etc., uses water for their circulation, and they use water from their surroundings. So whenever we will think for the circulation in higher organisms, then comes about the blood. So blood possesses some formed elements. These are red blood cells, that is RBC, platelets, then your lymphocytes, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. These three are the main things, and some monocytes, eosinophils and basophils are there. Next come to the point for circulation in different organisms. You just see, in fishes there is only two chambered heart. In case of amphibia there is three chambered heart. In case of reptiles, you just see the reptiles, there is the incompletely four chambered heart. In birds and human being, or birds and mammal, there are complete four chambered heart. So up till four chamber heart, the organisms are mainly poikilothermic or cold blooded. Whenever the pure blood and impure blood is not mixed up, we just see whenever this cold blood, that is whenever in case of, here is the species or fishes, which is only two chambered, one auricle, one ventricle. In case of amphibia, two auricles, one ventricle. So there is no septum in the ventricle. Therefore impure blood, that is in this portion impure blood, this portion pure blood. I will explain these things about the circulation in the blackboard with the help of blackboard, as I have told. And in reptiles you see just a septum is found, but this septum is not complete. You try to remember, it is not complete, it is incomplete. Therefore it is called incompletely four chambered. Therefore in this area some portion, some oxygenated and deoxygenated bloods are mix up. So, up till these three species, amphibia and reptiles, these three are poikilothermic or cold blooded, but only aves, birds and mammals, they are warm blooded, because their pure and impure bloods are separated, totally separated by the septum. So, in this chapter we will study more maximum about our heart and that is the circulation in our heart, but you try to remember about the different evolution of the hearts, so species, amphibia, reptiles, aves and mammalia. Next, about the circulation pathway. So, single circulation in fish, since one auricle and one ventricle. So, only single circulation, that is from blood to gill and gill to their whole body, and then from body to again coming to the heart, only one circulation. Incomplete double circulation in case of amphibia and reptiles. In amphibia and reptiles, what things occurring? Actually, amphibia and reptiles, they are performing respiration with the help of lungs. Try to remember the organs. Lungs is called pulmonary circulation, skin is cutaneous circulation or cutaneous respiration. Pulmonary respiration, cutaneous respiration, or pulmonary circulation, cutaneous circulation, and with gills. So, three different types of organs are there by which they perform their circulation. Complete double circulation in birds and mammals. So, human circulatory system. Here human circulatory system is the mainly blood and lymphatic system, or blood vascular system and lymphatic system. You please try to write the chart in your copy, it will help you. So, blood vascular system mainly comprises heart, blood and blood vessels. So, blood means plasma and formed element. Plasma means all the liquid part, and formed element, as I have explained, RBC, WBC and platelets. In WBC, because this is the white blood cells or white blood corpuscles, this is very important for our different performances. Granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes is neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Agranulocytes are again lymphocytes and monocytes. So, just you think lymphocyte is very important, since lymphocytes is very important, because lymphocyte is beta lymphocytes, that or B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes, which are forming the mainly our immune system. Whenever a person is affected by a virus called HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. So, B lymphocyte and T lymphocytes, these are affected by the HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, and they cannot form the antigen and antibody. Thus, the HIV patients, due to simple infection like cold and fever, they cannot resist themselves and then ultimately they die. Then about the blood vessels are the arteries, vein and capillaries. About these things I will explain later on. And lymphatic systems, these things again I will explain: lymph vessels and lymph nodes. This is the most important thing about the coagulation of blood. Coagulation of blood is very important, because whenever there is any trauma, that is any cut or any accidental things occur, then blood is coming profusely from our wound. these blood have to be clot, otherwise excessive blood loss will occur. So, for these activities mainly oxygen, air is helping, and some calcium ion helps for clotting. So, you try to write this flow chart. So, prothromboplastin, pro means the earlier, prothromboplastin is forming the thromboplastin. These things will form, actually these are present in the blood, these things will form only when there is any trauma or there is cut or any wound is there. That is whenever blood is coming or the situation is coming, that is the blood is coming from our wound. Then what happens? The prothromboplastin is forming thromboplastin and with the help of calcium dipositive. So, prothrombin with the thromboplastin forming the thrombin. These thrombin, actually these are some enzymes and some chemicals, these things will activate the fibrinogen. Remember, gen means generator, like hydrogen is water generator, oxygen is oxide generator. So, fibrinogen, it is inactive, but it will be activated by thrombin and forming the fibrin. Fibrin means nothing but just fibers, just like cotton fibers, as we are pointing the cloth, cotton cloth, like this cotton fibers. So, fibrins are some fibers. These fibrin polymers will form just like a cotton, that is just like a cloth, cotton cloth, and these platelets, RBC, WBC, everything will be clot, that is everything will come and they will attach to that cotton cloth or just like the fibrin cloth, and then there will be a lump, that is called the clot. So, clear about the clotting, and this is the main concept of blood coagulation or blood clotting. So, try to remember, this is very important. 3 marks question frequently asked about the blood clotting. Next is blood grouping. How blood grouping is done? So, anti-human serum, try to remember the anti-human serum which is collecting from the serum of guinea pig, that is the blood of guinea pig, that is called anti-human serum. There is found only 2 types, anti-A and anti-B. Here you see 4 slides are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the cavity slides. Some small cavity is there. So, these are cavity slides. Here 2 drops. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You just imagine there are 4 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 persons blood has been taken and 2 drops, 2 drops. Everywhere 2 drops, 2 drops, 2 drops, 2 drops. Here bloods are given. Here anti-human serum or anti-A is given. Here anti-B is given. In all the drops in the left side is given the anti-A serum and anti-B in the right side. So, if clotting is occurs, that is the coagulation, that is called the coagulation of the blood, that is the blood will form into lump. In B, if clotting occur in B, then it is the A group blood, but A there is no clotting, just like blood, fresh blood. So, this is B group blood. When coagulation in A, then it is A group blood. When no coagulation is in the both the cavities, that is the O group blood, and when both of them is clotting, then it is the AB group blood. Like this way we perform the blood grouping. RH factor, RH means rhesus monkey, that is the normal monkey, and this factor has been found, and here 2 drops of blood are taken, and if after giving the RH, if this is the blood of one person, that is the blood of another person, and if it is clotted, then it is RH positive. If no clotting, then it is RH negative. So, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, like this, these are the clotting factors and these are the blood groups. Next this is very important things about the erythroblastosis foetalis. Erythroblastosis foetalis is very important. Several times ask the question, you try to understand the fact. So, here you see these things occur only when the mother has the Rh negative blood. When the mother has Rh negative blood and the child in her womb is Rh positive, then what happens in the first pregnancy? There is no problem because blood is not perfusing and the placenta is attached with the mother body. So, there is no problem about the baby. But after first pregnancy, after the first delivery of the child, what happens? Some amounts of blood of the child's blood will flow to the mother's body. Then in the successive periods, 1 year, 2 years or 5 years, what happens? Some anti-Rh antibodies will form to the mother's body. This is due to the positive blood which are present in the fetus of the mother in the first child case. Then these things occurring in the mother's body. Then what happens? These are present, these anti-Rh antibodies are present in the mother's body. In the second or successive pregnancy or second pregnancy, what happens? These Rh factors, Rh positive factors will affect the child or will affect the fetus, and ultimately the fetus will face severe anemia, that is blood RBC will destroys and ultimately the child will face severe anemia. Next, about the types of blood vessels. Blood vessels are mainly 3 types: artery, capillaries and veins. Artery and veins, these are the larger veins and larger pipes through which huge amount of blood is traveling, and capillaries are the smaller. So, you see the next slide. Here you see capillaries are the smaller, all capillaries are the smaller connecting links, and here is artery, here is the vein. Like this way, this is just like the cell or our network. Inside our cell these things occurring, or inside our tissue these things occurring, that is the respiration occurs, oxygen burned and carbon dioxide is formed, and ultimately from blood is coming from the arteries, and ultimately after burning blood will deposit to the veins. Next, ECG. This is a very important thing of our heart, that is about the heart circulation. So, you see the different waves P, Q, R, S, T. So, P wave represents the excitation, that is depolarization of atria. Atria means 2 atria or 2 auricle which causes atrial systole. You see the QRS complex. QRS complex represents depolarization of ventricles, that is ventricular systole. It has the maximum pressure by which the blood will flow to each and every cell or each and every tissue of our body. About these things I will explain in the blackboard. Then T wave represents the repolarization of ventricles. So, this is the main theme of ECG. Doctors can understand about the PQRST curve, and ultimately they can identify whether the heart is acting properly or not. Next, about the double circulation. About double circulation I am now explaining in the board. Please see to the board. Now see to the double circulation. And now you have to remember about the structure of heart. So our heart or human heart has 4 chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chambers. You just see these are the right atrium and right ventricle, just opposite. Try to remember, don't confuse about opposite. If you see my heart, this is my right hand, this is my left hand. So this is right atrium or right auricle, this is left atrium or left auricle. You are seeing my heart from here. So it is just the opposite. So you please don't confuse. Most of the students confuse in the exam time which one is right, which one is left. So therefore, for basic concept I am telling. So this is right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. Right side totally impure blood or deoxygenated blood, and left side is totally oxygenated blood. So these are the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. These are the most thickest of the all other, that is blood vessels. So from inferior vena cava, blood coming from the lower part of the body. From the lower part, that is from our leg portions and thigh portions, and the lower part blood is coming, and superior vena cava blood is coming from the brain and from our 2 limbs, mainly superior vena cava. Interesting fact is that, try to remember, our brain is only 3% in the weight. If the weight of our body is 50 kg, then our brain is only 1500 cc or 1.5 kg. So just you think, our brain weight is 3% of our body and it absorbs 40% of oxygen, and other whole body is absorbing 60% of oxygen. So from the brain and upper part, blood is coming through the superior vena cava, therefore it is called superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Blood is coming first of all to the right atrium. So from this right atrium, blood is coming to the right ventricle by this right auriculoventricular valve or right AV valve. It is tricuspid. Try to remember, this is tricuspid, this is bicuspid. This is bicuspid and this is tricuspid. Please don't confuse. And what happens? By the tricuspid means 3 folds and this is 2 folds. So by the tricuspid valve, the blood is coming to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, blood is moving. So here 2 valves are there. Valve means, try to remember, valve means only passage of blood through the one direction. Blood cannot go in other direction. Only by this direction blood is coming. Here only by this direction blood is coming. Both of them are coming simultaneously. That is, in the same time both of them will come. And here also both of them will simultaneously or same time they will open. Whenever these 2 will open, then these 2 will close. Whenever these 2 is open, these 2 is closed. These 2 also valve is there. This is called the semilunar valve. If it is a pipe, then like this, a semilunar valve is there. So this blood will come and ultimately this blood, impure blood, will go to the lungs by the pulmonary artery. Here another confusion arises. That is, in our whole body, only pulmonary artery is there which carries impure blood. Other all the artery carries pure blood, and pulmonary vein carries pure blood. Other all veins carry impure blood. So here from the pulmonary artery, blood will come to the lungs. These are the 2 bronchus. This is trachea, and then blood will come to the each and every alveolus. These and all are called alveoli. Inside the alveolus, the blood releases carbon dioxide and absorbs oxygen, and then blood purifies. And after purification, it will come to the left atrium by the pulmonary veins. So, just you see, this is one circulation. So, this is one circulation, later on I will explain. This is one circulation which is called the pulmonary circulation there, and that one is the systemic circulation. I am coming later on about the systemic circulation. Then what happens? Blood is coming to the left atrium, from the left atrium to left ventricle by the bicuspid valve or left auriculoventricular valve. Then this one will close, this one will close at a time. Both the bicuspid and tricuspid valve close at a time, and then blood will enter through the aorta. This is the now pure blood will go to the aorta, and through the aorta, dorsal aorta, ventral aorta, and a number of aortas are there, some branches, sub branches are there. They will move to the each and every part of the body, and then in the body there will be, as I have seen, the capillaries are there. The capillaries, as in my slides I have shown, and there blood will be purified, that means purified blood will burn and carbon dioxide will add, and ultimately they will again come here by the, from the brain and upper part by the superior vena cava, and from the lower part, that is by the inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava carrying the all the blood. So from here to each and every part of the body and moving to the heart, this is called the systemic circulation. The systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation, two circulations are there, therefore it is called the double circulation. So probably you are clear about the double circulation. If any confusion, then you please write to me or you may call to me. So now you see about the double circulation. The drawing is like that, as I have explained. So what happens? From the heart, blood is going to the lungs, as I have shown you. This is called the pulmonary circulation, and from the heart, blood is moving to the, going each and every part of the body, and from the body again coming to the heart. This is called the systemic circulation. Next, about the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system mainly made up of limbs, lymph vessels and lymph nodes. So this is about the lymphatic system. What are the things present in the lymphatic system? So as the blood passes through the capillaries in tissues, some water and soluble substances are filtered out from plasma to the intercellular spaces to form tissue fluid. It has some mineral distribution as that in plasma. Exchange of nutrients, gases, etc. between the blood and the cells occur through tissues, which is another name is interstitial fluid. Some tissue fluid enter lymphatic system, and the tissue fluid is then moved to the lymph. It drains back to the major veins. The main functions of limbs, it is a middleman. You just think it may be a middleman between blood and tissues. It carries plasma protein synthesized in liver to the blood, and a number of other functions are also there, like it helps in the defensive mechanism of the body. Lymph nodes produce WBC and an antibody also. So today up to this, so what things today we have studied? Up to this your whole chapter is covered nicely. So you, if any confusion, you please again you may call me. So what things we have studied? Body fluids and circulation, then the comparison of vertebrate heart, then circulatory pathway, then human circulatory system, a flow chart we have studied, then about the blood coagulation, how coagulation is occurring, then blood grouping, then RH factor, RH blood groups, then about the erythroblastosis foetalis and how it occurs, erythroblastosis foetalis, then the types of blood vessels like artery, capillary, veins, then types of blood vessels, how the blood vessels are transferred from the vein to artery and vice versa. Then we have studied ECG, then about the double circulation, and at last the lymphatic system. So, if you like my video, please subscribe for the new videos up till today, up to this. Thank you.